Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the NECA Toys Predator 1/4 scale Jungle Patrol Dutch. That's right, NECA's been doing some incredible things with their 1/4 scale action figure line this past year. And now for the first time ever, we get a massive Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch in this amazing 1/4 scale. So how awesome is he? Well, we're gonna find out. As you can see, he comes in this large window box packaging, fully showcases the figure within. It's got a great jungle theme to it there. Has an image of Arnold Schwarzenegger straight off the action figure, sort of a profile shot there right at the bottom, along with the Predator movie logo. And then wrapping all around the box, we get some cool shots of the 1/4 scale figure within, as well as a brief description of the Predator film. Now, taking this guy outside of the box, he's pretty impressive. Now, this past year has been really great for NECA's Predator line because not only have we gotten all kinds of amazing Predator action figures, but we also finally got our first ever figure of Dutch. In fact, several versions of him. And I absolutely loved every version that came out, so it's really cool seeing him souped up in this massive scale. Now, if you've never picked up any of NECA's 1/4 scale figures before, let me go ahead and explain exactly how big this guy is so you can get an idea. He stands about 18 inches tall. The standard Dutch figure was around the 7-inch mark, so this guy is 11 inches taller than that particular version. He's also got a lot of weight to him. He's a very solid feeling action figure, very quality made. In fact, he weighs about 5 pounds. I was really impressed with him. When I took him out of the packaging, I just wasn't expecting him to feel this heavy. I mean, he's about the size and the weight of an infant baby. It's amazing. But not only is he just large and heavy, but he's got a lot of great details going on. The sculpt on this guy is absolutely amazing. The 7-inch scale Dutch figures that already came out were already great in their own right. I mean, they had a beautiful likeness to Arnold Schwarzenegger. And one of the great things about being souped up in this larger scale is that the details can get even better because all of the sculpted details, you got a little bit more room on there. It's a bigger figure. And just like the 7-inch scale one, this one is an amazing likeness of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Great facial sculpt there. You can see all of the great little facial features. I love the textures worked right into the skin there. All the little wrinkles in the face and everything. You've got sculpted kind of whiskers on his face there as if he's slightly unshaven. And then of course you've got all the camo marks, the black streaks, everything going right across his face. Got a very stern look on his face, and it's just incredibly cool seeing that likeness captured so perfectly in a plastic action figure. And the great details don't just stop at his face. I mean, just looking over his whole body, everything looks incredible. From all of the sculpt of the muscular tone seen in even the parts in his neck and his chest and his arms. You can even see all the little veins and everything running up and down his arms. It's a very realistic, very beautiful sculpt. And then all of the little intricate details seen in his outfit there. You can see the stitching in his camo pants. You can see all the little rings and the pockets and everything on the vest that he's wearing. All the little golden rivets in the belt. All of those details are just so absolutely beautiful and well done on this figure. Like I said, it was really good on the 7-inch figure, but it really stands out on this large scale 18-inch action figure. Now, it's not just the details that are really good on this guy. He's pretty well articulated. So let me go ahead and show you some of the articulation on this guy so you can check him out here. The head's on a nice ball joint, so it can turn left and right and look slightly up and down there. Very well done. You got ball joints at the shoulders here, so the arms can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. You've got swivels at the elbow there, so you can swivel the arm right there at the forearm, as well as the standard elbow bend, so you can bend his elbows. He's got nice ball joints at the wrist there, so the wrists rotate all the way around. The torso is able to kind of rock at the torso there, as well as twist at the waist. You got great ball joints at the thighs, and you'll notice that it's those ratchet joints. So you can hear it clicking there. That's really good because since he's such a heavy figure, that's going to help keep him balanced when he's standing on your shelf. You've also got the swivels at the thighs there. You got great joints at the knees that are nice and hidden under there. So good ball joints. It also swivels down at the knee there. And then you got great joints at the ankles. You can see not only does it swivel there, but it kind of rocks side to side and pivots up and down. So you get a pretty amazing amount of articulation for such a large scale action figure like this. It's pretty much exactly what you'd expect from these smaller scale figures, but done up in this larger scale. So should be able to get some pretty cool poses out of them. Now, to go along with those poses, of course, he comes with a few accessories. Now, you might have noticed when we were looking him over there, he does have 2 holsters hanging off his belt. On his left hip, he does have a little holster that's got a pocket knife, or not really a pocket knife, larger scale knife there that you can pull out. It's held very well in his right hand. You can see it is a bit of a loose grip, very familiar to the 7-inch figure yet again. The left hand is much more open, so you're not really going to get any gripping of the knife in that hand, but it does hold well in his right hand there. And then, of course, along with that knife, in the right side, we have a little holster that has his little handgun. Great details on there. It's got a great silver and black paint deco, beautiful sculpt. And once again, his right hand is molded with the trigger finger, so it's ready to hold on to it. Now, something I want to point out, and it's really prominent on the smaller handgun, the plastic used on his hand, as well as the plastic on the accessory itself, are incredibly stiff and rigid. So you might have some problems actually getting the gun in his hand. You can see it's very tight grip there. And unfortunately, I worked so hard at it the first time I got him out of the box that I kind of scratched up the hand. I peeled a lot of plastic off and everything. So one thing that I did that really helped me, that might help you if you have a similar issue, is take a hairdryer, put it on a low setting, kind of warm up the plastic on his hand. That'll loosen up his grip a little bit. Then you can get the hand in there without doing any damage. So it's definitely just something to look out for. Sometimes I've noticed that does happen on NECA's figures. The hairdryer trick does work wonders. And once you get the gun in his hand, the trigger finger holds it, it's a nice tight grip. You can get some really cool poses. And the way his left hand is open, you can even get him kind of holding the front barrel of the gun there for some more really cool poses you can do with that handgun. Now, of course, in addition to the handgun, he also comes with the larger scale machine gun accessory. You might have some of the same problems with this. Again, it's a very stiff, rigid plastic. However, it's beautiful looking. It's a great black design. It's got a nice little silver dry brushing on there. And again, he'll hold it just fine in his right hand. Guy has a great trigger finger. You can get his other hand to hold the front barrel there, so you can get some really great kind of walking through the jungle poses, you know, hunting down the predator. And of course, it's also got a strap on there, so you can strap it over his shoulder if you want to. So lots of great accessories, beautiful figure. All right, guys, it's comparison time. Just for fun, this is the 7-inch scale Dutch figure. Just look at these two standing side by side. I mean, he barely comes up to the knee on this guy. He is itty bitty. I mean, 18-inch Dutch can hold 7-inch Dutch like a little baby. It's pretty impressive. In fact, look at him next to one of the Predator figures. That's pretty hilarious. So there you go, guys. There's a look at NECA Toys' brand new 1/4 scale Jungle Patrol Dutch. This is my first figure from NECA's 1/4 scale offerings. I've been eyeing them for quite some time now because they all look incredible. And of course, Dutch here is a great first figure for me to pick up. I'm incredibly impressed with it. It has a beautiful sculpt, amazing articulation. The only real issue I kind of came out of it was the fact that his hand was so stiff. I did kind of scratch up his hand really bad trying to get the guns in there. But like I said, hairdryer trick seems to work pretty well. The articulation is nice and tight. He has great ratchet joints, especially in the legs, and he doesn't have any balancing issues. You've noticed I've been standing him here on the table just fine. Haven't had any problems with him toppling over. So you can get him posed and balanced just the right way. Even in some of his articulated poses, shouldn't have any issues with this guy falling over on your shelf. And he's going to make for one mighty looking Dutch figure standing amongst the rest of your toys. So Jungle Patrol Dutch in the 1/4 scale is available at online stores right now. So happy hunting, and until next time.